Hello. Hello.
So Cody's going to miss today's Greyhawk game.
Yeah.
So we'll give Bram a few minutes to join.
Of course, now my Wi-Fi wants to shit the bed.
That's never good.
I think it's because of the rain that we're getting. Yeah. Because my phone's down and my laptop's down. That sucks.
Are you using like a cellular internet or satellite internet?
My Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I'm staying with people, so I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's Bram.
Hello.
Okay. So, are you guys ready to head out back down the mountain?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Of course, Grumpion tells you all that should your first attempt not be successful, to come back. He'll see if he can think of other ways in which he can provide aid.
Okay. Do we go out the way that we came, like the safe way?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Bram, could you use another pass without trace.
Yeah, I think that'd be a sec.
Yeah, so you don't have to deal with the
Dragons.
or the snake-headed woman.
Oh yeah, that too.
Gorgon.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming you want us to roll stealth.
Yep,
Yes.
like we did when we went past the dragons.
14. The scale mail that we got, does that actually give us disadvantage? Or
No, it does not.
so how do I turn this on?
Okay. Game's
You're
I
not
thought
able
the only sorry, I thought the only armor that didn't have the disadvantage was the Tempest one, or like I think that's the only one that says no stealth disadvantage. From what I've seen. Yeah, no other armor says no stealth disadvantage. Just mine.
Okay. So Bram is making noise.
No, wait. I rerolled by accident. I had a
Oh.
14 first.
Okay.
And then Pass Without Trace is plus 10, so 20.
Okay.
Yeah, 42.
So you're good. All right. And heading down the mountain.
I'm helping you put the average up.
Did Cody get his armor last time he was here?
He has
I don't
not
think
been
he's
to
in
the
here.
Greyhawk game since you guys received the armor.
Okay.
So he is currently unaware of the armor.
Okay.
Okay, you guys make it back down the mountain uneventfully. And then you're crossing. Okay.
While we're walking, I would like look a bit thoughtful and then say to the party, do you think we should also look for other people to help us, not just the ones from Greyhawk and Grumpion? I mean, it is Vecna we're talking about, right? So it's a pretty serious threat to the whole world. You think we should look for other allies as well?
Do you have anybody in mind?
No, but I could ask around. I mean, we could all ask. I mean, I don't know about you, but me and Edmund could ask our factions if they know of anyone around the world that could help us or at least point us in the right direction.
Direction to do what? To beat Vecna?
Yeah, like perhaps towards a person that knows a person. Or, I don't know. Just ask around if where else we can find help.
Yeah, I suppose that is true.
Because Vecna and this Balor and an ancient blue dragon and other blue dragons and just 5 of us. I mean, we have decent gear and some good and the orb, but you know, it's just us in the fight. I mean, I know we have the peddler clerks and my my father's help with the boat, but you know, at the end of it, if it comes to a big battle, it's just us five, and maybe Grumpion, maybe.
That's true. We could definitely ask the clerics if they have any other clerics or paladins or, you know, religious individuals.
Maybe we could also talk to the city council, ask if they know of anyone around in the area.
So as you guys are sneaking down the mountain, one of you trips over a handle sticking out of the ground.
Oh, shit. Let's just say that that was me because I was talking.
Okay.
Wasn't watching where I was going.
So, Tylgwynn, you find a hammer.
Hammer.
The hammer.
It's familiar.
Let's see. Tylgwynn, what is your race or species?
High elf.
Okay. And what is your strength?
19.
Okay. Let's see. So, you find this hammer. Do you pull it out of the ground?
No, because a hammer sticking out of the ground is not a good thing. It's like very suspicious. Like why? What is a hammer doing in the ground? You know. But does at least the handle look familiar?
You can roll a history check if you haven't already.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it could be from that Hammersmith guy. You know, if something happened to him. An 18.
So, yes, the handle of the hammer is familiar. And it does seem to match the one that Hammersmith was wearing. And it seems to also be connected to a belt.
Well, guys, this doesn't seem at all weird, doesn't it? I mean, it's that dwarf's hammer.
Wait, so it was sticking out of the ground like it was like partially buried, or
Yes.
I see.
Are there like any tracks around or any like what happened here?
No, you don't see any tracks. In fact, it's as if the hammer has been here for 100 years.
Thinking back to what Grumpion said, he said, I mean, he acted like the guy was like alive, so
Yes.
I mean, when we told him who he what he told us, him, okay. But I don't think he sounded very enthusiastic about it. If I remember correctly.
Do you leave it behind or?
What should we do, guys?
I think we should take it.
I agree. It's littering the
What- what-
land. I don't think we should leave it behind.
What if it can detect magic? Detect curses on items?
No,
Nah.
it just tells you whether the item is magic or not.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mhm.
yes, the hammer is indeed connected to a belt, as the belt has a loop to hold the hammer.
All right. Can I try to pick it up?
Wait first.
Oh,
Use something other than your hand to pick it up just in case it is cursed or something happens, you know? Don't want to lose a hand.
what else? What can I use?
Like a stick.
Yeah, I mean,
It's buried under. It's buried under.
It's not buried
Oh,
deep.
gives
I mean,
me-
there's like only like an inch of dirt on top of it.
I'll use my old short sword to poke at it, like slowly, carefully. See if anything happens.
Nothing seems to immediately happen. The one thing you do notice is what sword are you using to do this?
The old short sword I had before the night bank, just a normal sword. No, I'm not just the basic starting a
Okay.
weapon.
As you're trying to flip the hammer, your short sword breaks in half.
Like it bends first and then breaks under the weight, or like what do you mean it breaks in half?
There seems to be a spark, and the sword breaks in half.
Okay, so it's good that we did not just put our hand in it.
I mean, it could be just that the short sword is a way weaker weapon than the hammer. That the hammer is enchanted to, if you like melee fight someone else, that the enchantment destroys weaker weapons.
Agreed.
The handle does seem to be made from a stacked dark ironwood wrapped in blackened leather.
Can we call me and mine and ask what he thinks?
You can.
We haven't done that before.
Get a little consult going.
And isn't the coin that used to call him like uses souls
Well-
to do so?
Isn't the coin specifically for gambling?
Yes, the coin is for Kobold's Alley. Me and mine is simply calling his name.
You just say his name.
Yeah, it takes a couple of minutes, but he shows up. He looks around going, wow. Not quite a house call, but close enough. What's up?
We
You
had a
call
question about
him-
this hammer that we found.
Are you pointing to it in the ground?
Yeah. We didn't want to pick it up because it seems to be
No.
different.
So, in other words, it's free for anyone to take? Why, thank you. He tries
Before
picking
you
it up and
take
he
it-
can't.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I tried to warn you, but you went ahead. My short sword broke when I tried poking it, so yeah, there's something on the weapon that won't allow things to touch it, I guess.
No, things could touch it. It's an incredibly heavy hammer. Which isn't surprising. since
When he
it,
says it's incredibly heavy, can I try
Sounds
picking
like
it up?
you know.
well,
Do you know Hammersmith?
uh, sort of.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know? I mean, we've met Hammersmith.
Oh,
He was wearing the hammer, and now
you are indeed
he's
blessed.
gone. And now he's gone, and the hammer is here, stuck in the floor.
Ah, he meant to give it to you as a gift.
Oh, and how do you know?
Uh, Dwarves are very meticulous about their weapons. They don't just leave something like this laying behind by accident. And since I don't see his body laying around,
Who exactly is Hammersmith? I mean, we
you,
haven't met him for. We've only talked with him for a bit.
I'm not sure I'm the right person to tell you that, but let's just say he doesn't normally walk the material planes.
Is he a god?
Not everybody would call him that, but some people do.
Would it be all right if I asked what he's called when he's not on the material plane? What what religious people call him?
Ah, yeah. Well, the dwarves normally refer to him as Moradin.
Can you, so out of character, can you type that down just so I know the spelling?
Sure.
Thanks. Ah, okay, yeah. I'll still out of character. I know. Yeah, okay. And ink backing together, and Tylgwynn like pales in shock.
For a history check, what do I know about Moradin?
Do you ask it out loud?
Yeah. You can go ahead and make that history check. Yeah.
Like Tylgwynn looks pale and in shock, so you know it has to be you have to assume that it's an important name. But I also I hope, I mean, I assume that Tylgwynn being
So Jonesy
well
doesn't
read
know,
would know.
but Tylgwynn can fill him in on who
Yeah,
Moradin is.
hopefully, since she's well read and works in a library and for the Seekers of the Arcane, that she knows the main pantheon.
Yes.
She knows of them at least. So, like, I can see Edmund like scratching his head in confusion, like, what, who? And like, I just look at him, and Moradin is the patron deity of dwarves, the main deity of dwarves, if I remember my readings correctly.
So an important fellow.
Well,
A very important fellow.
while Tylgwynn is telling Jonesy that, can I go and try to grab the hammer?
Sure. What's your strength score?
23.
Okay. You will easily pick up the hammer and the associated
It's not
dangling
that
belt.
heavy.
It's like, oh,
Sorry?
hey, he left you the belt too.
Where's the belt?
Well, currently
was
it's
attached to the
dangling from the
hammer.
head of the hammer.
Oh, that's the strap or something?
Yeah, there's a strap around the head of the hammer, and that strap goes into a belt.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, I picked up the hammer. And it didn't shock me. Do we want to keep it
Tylgwyn,
though?
Tylgwyn is looking like thoughtful and respecting of the items left behind.
So
I think we should.
the hammer
he
is
left
nearly
it for-
4 foot long, by the way.
Thing's massive.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's silver
Oh,
veins running through it like cracks in stone. Dwarven runes are deeply carved along both faces of the weapon. Tiny blue sparks occasionally jump between the runes. On the face, on one side is engraved the symbol of a mountain split by a lightning bolt. The opposite face narrows slightly into a reinforced striking surface intended to punch through armor, scales, and stone.
I think this thing will be really useful.
As Bram is holding it, the silver veins
no.
begin to glow. And Bram, you begin to feel faint vibrations through the haft, almost like distant thunder traveling through the ground.
does it make your teeth vibrate as well? That's what she's saying. That's for roleplay purposes.
Yes. So he has left you the Hammer of Thunderbolts.
A generous gift.
And if I'm not mistaken, that is a belt of Storm Giant strength.
Nice.
Does anyone? Tylgwyn just looks
What was the
humbled by what this means. Like,
And
meeting
I just so happen to have the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, which would unlock everything regarding that hammer.
would yours be the only ones, or can it be any Gauntlets of Ogre Power?
It can be any Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
And I lift my hands because I'm wearing Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
You want me to toss it to you?
Not toss it. Place it into my hands respectfully, please.
Getch.
Bram, Moradin is like the dwarven deity. Please handle the items he left behind for us with more respect, please.
Sure. Brim walks, takes a few steps towards Tylgwynn, and then throws it and then puts it in her hand.
And
I'll
you
take
hear
them carefully.
low rolling thunder traveling through the countryside. So yes, even as Tylgwynn handles the hammer, the silver veins that run through the hammer continue to glow.
So Tylgwynn should definitely take the hammer then.
I mean,
You
they
are
glowed with Ram as well.
And you also have a belt of Storm Giant strength that somebody could equip.
Don't we all have like belts? Let me check.
Yeah, I got a belt, and I like my belt. I don't want.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have a belt. Does Evander and Edmund have belts? Because I don't remember we got some belts.
I believe
of strength.
Evander has a belt, just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I do not believe that Edmund has a belt, but that's okay.
And it is Storm Giant strength, so You somebody definitely should equip that belt.
Like, I cast, I feel like, mostly spells, so, and then
But do
you
you
actually go up
use,
into people.
if you
so
go into
it's a lot.
melee, which attribute do you use mostly? Because I'm a dex-based character. That's out of character. I'm dex-based, so I don't need strength. So
I think
you
my
can have it.
current weapons are strength based, but my goal is to be dex based.
I mean, for now, I guess you take the belt.
Well, and be aware that to fully use the hammer, you need both a belt of giant strength and the gauntlets of ogre power.
Yeah, I think you should take the belt.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
I've got a
Thank
freaking
you.
lightsaber, bro. We're chilling.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. So drag the Hammer of Thunderbolts you should find in the compendium and the belt of storm giant strength.
Under Dungeon Master's Guide, right? For
You
items.
should
No,
just be able to
compendium.
search in the compendium.
I mean, I am like, I have like 3 basic rules, 2014, 2024, and Dungeon Master's Guide 2024 items. I usually just do the Dungeon Master's Guide, just double checking.
Either way is fine.
Okay. And
Otherwise, you could just type in Hammer of and it should come right up.
okay. Oh Jesus, this is like Thor's hammer. I can make range attacks with it. Okay. Do we like take a short rest so I can attune to these things?
Sure.
We can take it on the boat. We have to take the boat back to town anyways.
Yeah, okay.
And the belt is going to give you the strength of 29.
Yeah, I
So
saw.
you can be both a strength or a dex, depending on the circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I if anything happens to me in melee, I usually had the Night Fang figured out, but I guess I can do the Warhammer as well. Would look funny. I mean, the Warhammer looks funny on a twig like elven creature, right?
You know, of course, the long term could be once you're done with the dragon, you might give it back to Moradin.
Yeah, I mean, he probably meant it to help us with the dragons. I mean, it's his hammer.
All right, so you make it back to the boat without incident. Me and Mine does offer to buy the hammer and belt if you really don't want it.
That feels like too much disrespect. No offense intended.
He's like, that's fine. Okay, and then the travel across the sea. Uh-oh.
Another.
It's another
You
boat for sure.
are again is attacked by one of the ship crushers, boat crushers, creatures.
Bram, can you turn into a boat crusher and destroy it?
I can't. It's too high. I think he said CR 6 or 7.
Is it the same one from before?
You're not sure.
All right. I'm gonna cast. What's that?
Maybe not combat or
Inclusive
damage.
DC.
Let's try the blue dragon roar again.
I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship.
Okay, what is this going to do?
So I'm gonna cast it at first level. It is a DC 11. Why is it a DC 11? Give me one sec.
How
Should be
how do you have a
higher than that.
DC 11? Yeah.
Because it's not my spell, because it's the spell from the
okay.
ring. But in my sheet, it says that the DC for the ring is 13, not 11. The ring of
Okay.
animal influence.
Okay.
So I don't know why it's saying DC 11. It should be 13.
Okay, so what's versus what stat?
It's against the wisdom save.
Wisdom.
DC 13, not 11.
Okay. So. I got a 13.
Ah, damn. So on a success, nothing happens.
Okay.
What else do I have? I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals next. Actually, can I just use Thaumaturgy? Sorry, not Thaumaturgy. Druidcraft. I'm gonna make the sound of a blue dragon again.
Okay.
I think it was intimidation before.
It was
Yeah.
Deception.
Or deception, yeah.
And at this point, we know what one sounds like from hearing it fighting Grumpion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 20. I'm too good at making the sound of a dragon appear in front of this guy.
Nice.
Okay, let's see.
And I make no, I can't use this prestidigitation to like make wait, sensory effect like an odd odor. I can make. Do I remember how the blue dragon smelled? So maybe I can make it like around us or something.
It failed. So, yes, it believes the blue dragon is trying to attack it. So it goes away.
Yay.
I am the blue dragon.
Maybe you can change into
Alright.
one.
See, that was my plan, but then I realized it's 7 weeks before I can change again. So it's like, let's not do that. Sorry, 7 days.
I mean, and it's only for an hour, right?
Yeah.
Shame we could have used it to go and spy on the blue dragons. If it was more than 1 hour. Just kidding. Like I said, I choose life.
So the captain, noon the following day, you're still out on the water, and you should be landing, but you're not going to be able to.
Uh-oh, what happened to Greyhawk?
They are going to have to drop you off about 10 miles outside of Greyhawk because the dragons have started attacking the city.
We should go help.
Yeah, Bram, can we ride you?
Huh?
Can we ride on your back?
I mean, we're
I mean, this is different than us deciding, oh, let's go fight a dragon. You know, this is a city being attacked.
we
My
can run
home.
away.
Be-
It's a
My
city.
home is being attacked.
So we're what, 10 miles off? I'm assuming he dropped us on land, and we're 10 miles from the city.
Yes. So it's going to take you probably the rest of the day to get there, and it's going to be nighttime by the time you arrive.
All right. As soon as we land on the shore, I'm gonna use wild sheep, and I'm gonna turn into a dire wolf. I'm gonna say, hop on. We'll get there in half the time, and then I'm gonna bolt as soon as they hop on top of me. So the
Open, can we
speed
use
for a
that?
dire wolf is 40, and then dashing every turn is like 80 feet.
Okay. But they're not going to be able to ride you as a dire wolf.
It's a
Yeah,
large
you're
beast,
too
though.
small. You're too small, and I think you
They
have to
weigh
be
too
small.
much. They weigh
Yeah,
too
small
much.
creature.
Don't
Do you have any
forget,
bigger ships?
the only larger
What's
shape
a week?
that I think he has might be an elephant. But I don't know if he can change into a creature that size other than the dragon. Either way, yeah, basically, you're not going to be able to carry them.
Nice. Keep. Then I'm gonna throw my totem. Then I'm gonna say, "Come forth." And then I'm gonna have. What's the? Can I figure out what the natural enemy of blue dragon is?
The natural enemy of a
Uh,
blue dragon?
like, which dragon hates blue dragons the most?
Silver.
Vice versa. I'm gonna call a silver dragon up front. Can I do that? I'm pretty sure. What were the colors I was allowed to change? No, silver was not one. I guess I'll call a black one. I call forth a black dragon, and then can you write that one?
Yeah, you guys can ride a black dragon. Well, 3 of you can ride a black dragon.
I think my suit gives me access to flying for like 10 minutes. Would that be any faster than walking? I think the flying speed is the same. Or maybe it's 60 feet. I don't know.
Unless it lasts longer
I
than
also
10 minutes, it's not going to significantly increase in a meaningful way your ability to get to the city before dark.
Okay.
so the black dragon's flying speed is how much?
Good
I think
question.
it's 60. Flying is 80 feet. According to the
So 160 feet
template.
if dashing.
Correct.
Yeah. So.
Miles are in
Takes about an hour and 15 minutes for the Black Dragon to fly to the city.
With 3 people on it or 4?
That's with 3 people on it.
Is there any way we can squeeze a 4th person on?
Like,
Not
what
really.
if I have him on my shoulders?
Should we just make Evander like fly over or run?
So,
I mean,
What if
is
I
that like on the
transform into,
dragon's
like-
back,
so
or can someone be holding on to his feet, like being held by him by the dragon's claws?
So the problem you're going to run into is weight, and how much weight the dragon can carry.
Wait, could the dragon like throw somebody and then they fly?
We do have some bags of holding, so if we are having any excess gear, we can put it in the bag of holding if that helps.
So the short answer is yes. The longer answer is you won't survive the throw.
Just from the force of it?
Well, there's that. Also, I believe it can only stay in dragon form for an hour.
Correct.
So there's going to
Well,
be
maybe
falling damage.
Maybe at least get us as far as you can within that hour, and we take the rest on foot.
Well, the reason I say throw is because like myself and Evander now have the ability to fly for limited times.
Okay.
So if he throws us and then we like fly, glide, whatever, we can catch ourselves basically from falling to death.
Yeah. Hang on for a minute.
Does it help that if just before you hit the ground become ethereal, does it help you survive? Or not?
I think you just become a splatter in a different dimension.
Okay. So let's see. Okay. So the black dragon has positions to carry 3 people.
Okay.
It can carry a maximum of 1,380 pounds.
Okay.
Let's open up a calculator and calculate all of our weight.
And as far as throwing, Tylgwynn could actually throw you further.
With
The
the
dragon
try.
gauntlets?
the dragon only has a strength of 23.
That's the
And
same
I'm
amount of
at
strength as
20, and
I
I'm
do.
at 29.
You
Jesus
weakling.
Christ.
My current weight is 200 pounds.
I'm
don't know how you got that.
214.
Well, I think maybe that might be including my inventory, or like excluding my actual individual weight.
Yeah, that's probably, is that your encumbrance weight?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that does not include your body.
Okay. So that's
So I
200
got
plus
148.5, and then I'm assuming I'm 180. Got like 305, 300.5 here.
I'm 380 total, including my own personal weight. So
So you're at 685 so far.
Tylgwynn.
I'm like, let me check. How many pounds do I have? 90 plus 214. That's
304,
304.
305.
Yeah, that's another.
So,
But I
It's
can
about
also put I can also put some of the items I don't use into the bag of holding, so I can free some more space.
yeah.
Let me quickly do that.
So the three of us with everything included is around 900,
Yes.
and the
But
dragon
what's
can
the
carry
matter?
how much?
So the dragon can carry the three of you and your equipment.
We can have the vendor jog to the site.
Or you could potentially stuff a Vander into the portable or one of the bags
The
of
bag of
holding.
holding. But he would wait.
He has to hold his breath for an hour.
My total weight of my inventory. Now that I've stashed everything, like I just put zero quantity into what I had in my inventory. I'm like 87, 88 pounds. So plus 90 is like 160 pounds.
Sure.
Something with
Um,
everything unimportant.
so the only thing, the complication is you have to keep the bag of holding so Evander can breathe.
Yeah, that's the only problem with
I
bags
have
of
a
holding.
question.
You have to be able to breathe, and you can't if it's closed.
Okay, if she threw him, how far could he get?
Can I throw him like if a dragon dashes? So that's like what we said, like 160 feet. Can I throw him just before the dragon starts dashing, so I can catch him and throw him at the next dash? It's Jesus. It's not like save the time.
So the dragon could potentially throw him 60 feet. But during the throw, everybody who's riding the dragon would have to roll dex saves to see if they can maintain their seat during the effort.
Oh. How far can Tylgwynn throw him with her 29 strength?
I don't know. I don't know how to
Working on it.
calculate such things.
She could throw him 120 feet.
Yeah, and if we dash on the dragon, I can catch him and then throw him another 120 feet.
Yeah.
With each
And then
throw
you have,
requiring
then you have the velocity.
a
This is my thought. Is you
saving
have,
throw.
you have the momentum of the dragon plus the 120 feet. I feel like you kind of combine those, right? Like,
No,
no?
no.
Maybe I'm bad at physics. I'm probably terrible at physics.
Just like
we're talking of
So
adventure
there's-
like it's just a thing.
in the real world, there's a trick where you can take a car that's driving 60 miles an hour
Uh-huh.
and you have a trailer that's traveling at 30 miles an hour, and when that car drives up onto the van, its speed completely drops. It loses all that inertia.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
So how do we get him?
The bigger question is going to be is when the blue dragons see the black dragon approaching, they attack it.
Yeah, we don't want that. I
At
don't.
that, well,
I think
at
we
that
want
point,
to
I
take them
can
by
just put.
surprise.
At that point, I can just put bless on him.
Well,
And then the other thing is, how does your armor work when you enter your animal shape?
It disappears and then rematerializes on me.
But do you get the benefits
That
of
was
it or
like,
no?
no. So my armor disappears and my armor becomes my wisdom modifier plus 13.
Okay.
and how many hit points do you have?
So I would get 3 times my druid level, which is 4 times 3, 12. So that'll be 27 plus my 28 temp plus 12. So like
So roughly
it'd be
60 hit points.
about yeah. Yeah.
So, assuming the form of a dragon in the face of 5 dragons is going to get Bram killed
Yeah.
Yeah.
almost
Wait,
instantly.
why am I flying?
Maybe something else. Jesus.
Damn it, bruh.
What if my question is what if I turned into a rat? So my items would technically despawn, and my weight would be that of a rat.
Well, you still have the problem of the black dragon being attacked by the blue dragons.
Yeah, but like
What
we
if
can have
he
them drop off like 20, 30 feet or half 40 feet
What if
away
he's
from the actual entrance.
Well, your dragon's going to go away 10 miles or 15, about a mile outside the castle.
So
Would they see us
the
by then?
dragons will still notice it? Or what if I cast Pass Without Trace on the dragon? And then, we try to stealthily enter this area for the mile.
Your
Big IQ.
black dragon blotting out the sky.
I mean, if it's night,
Is it not? Yeah, is it night? What time is it?
if we arrive at the city at night,
You were going to arrive at the city at night when you were walking. If you're flying on the black dragon, you're going to arrive there in an hour.
What if we
The
fly
way to the
alone?
city, is it like through forests or
Let's put up that map.
like if the dragon runs, like what is his speed?
It's same as ours, 30.
Oh shit. Okay. So
40. It's
I
just
mean-
slightly better than ours, 40.
I mean, I would really prefer if we didn't make an entrance, like we took the dragons by surprise so that they don't know we're coming. I mean,
But
I
we're
can
gonna go
use.
there and
And
fight them anyways. So
there is
let's-
no forest north of Greyhawk, between Greyhawk and the lake. So,
I'm
yeah,
assuming
it's
we're
all.
over here somewhere. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're roughly more down here. Slightly
Oh,
more
okay.
down here. Trying to get here.
And is that like a lake in the middle I see there? What is this here?
This
No. Like the stream that's inside the circle, is that like a river?
Yes, that is
Like-
a river. Yes.
Hmm.
But you don't have any water forms,
All right.
right?
You guys
I
think
will
about
have.
what you want to do. We're going to have to end it for today. But
Okay.
feel free to
Alright.
talk and make plans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
guys.